Right, boys.
Wow. What we're taking.
So for breath, obviously remain seated at all times, keep your arms released on the boat, just hang off that silver bar, push your feet to the floor. Safety features on board, radios, one foot down, you can fly around with a life jacket. We run a fire extinguisher down at my feet, first aid kit's underneath the seat, and then worst comes to worst, got the big old button on the front, get the call to the workshop, so the old doorbell. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite cool, you push it and it sends a it sends a signal to our workshop that triggers an alarm.
Right.
And it also sends a frequency out over all our radios, so it's like a beep, then you know that someone's got the buzz. So,
right.
that was introduced after our 2021 incident on the shot over.
Yeah.
Driver was incapacitated, customers were trying to use a handheld, unfamiliar with how they really work. When Vince put a big button, it just notifies people. So because these handhelds have got look, you can emergency button on the handheld.
Yeah, so it's like the DSE.
Standard badge, yeah, where you can hit channel 16 and it'll alert them. So we just integrated that. So not so great when someone goes, "What's that?" and pushes it.
Yeah. And these were in addition as well?
That was in addition as well.
Yeah.
Much as we hate them.
Yeah.
Right up the singles, I don't think we need them on the twins, but that's what it is.
Did it sort of fill you in as to what we're trying to achieve with the trip?
Yeah, or just all the kind of the hazardy spots down the river for you, something like that. So,
Yeah.
we've kind of run through our operational map in terms of conditions.
Yeah, and sort of what changes with different water levels, different whatever.
Yeah, because he's like looking at it, the first officer on day off, and then he's looking at all the boys, and he's like, well, they don't spend as much time jumping, we don't spend as much time jumping K anymore, and I've been with the company for 10 years, so he's like, can you go out to the workshop, because I'm a mechanic now, so yeah, I don't really drive that often, so I'm like, what's the room on? The other day the boat was test running because I just had to put 2 brand new engines in, so it was quite good, quick drive, and I just set it on the side down, just want to put gauges and stuff.
If we can maybe do the drop, a couple of times as well, just to get
Solid leaving the marina 5 number 2.
We typically don't run it because in our mind it's actually way more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because the lake levels are so volatile here, there's a lot more hazards actually in that channel. So we actually run gate 3, a bit more of a technical setup, but it's smoother and not so many hazards. So, and really low flows is 2 major, the down channel becomes 2 drops.
Yep.
So there's actually a rock ledge in there, and then we found when it was really low, there's actually a whole other rock in there.
Yep.
Which you definitely don't want to hit.
Yep.
Yeah, so we actually run the gate 3, so it's a bit more like a chicane, but we can run that.
Yep.
Right. So just bear in mind that we'll be on a jet ski all the time as well, so whatever you feel the limitations with jet ski would be.
Yeah, so like definitely going down the drop of the jet ski, like at the probably current flows wouldn't be too bad, but as the lake levels continue to drop, the rocks are going to become more exposed. And you can't obviously see it from the drops. So the chicane is definitely by far the better option. That's what we run all the time, essentially. Yeah.
So that's what you would recommend. For us
so we've asked, we have been in talks with the council about going, hey, you guys actually need to change this because it's no longer that's not a viable option. It's that down channel. So we reckon either have 2 channels designated, or make it just the one.
Just the one. Yeah.
That's kind of the ideal line that I came down and sort of just that little bit of chicane.
Yep.
And that's why you kind of see the water's pouring over, bubble, and then it actually drops down again.
Yep.
So where that bubble is that secondary shelf. And you'll start seeing that quick drop right underneath on here. So you can see it's not very, even at this higher flow, it's still pretty exposed. If you're coming down there, you're going to have it pretty easy. So we actually bought a raft out of there last summer. So I came down, they took the down channel, got stuck in there, so we had to drive the right to drag it out. So
Because up is much easier, isn't it?
yeah. We'll do the up one.
What have you been doing? So you've been doing the big
So it gets a bit more of a drop, but even when it's big flow, it's still easily manageable away. Low stuff. Now something you can do the big rough on the speed, that's quite a flood. Yeah. And then the panel there of that rocky outcrop by that top island does stick out a wee way, so but flow is getting easier, so and then we've got it drops to
KJet,
308 flat meters. We will instigate we have a control that goes to the dam, and we actually have room for that independent use of the down channel. way nicer. Yeah. That was one thing when they were building it, they actually put a big pylon in the middle, and we tried to explain that that's going to become a problem. You go up and down that set, yes, because the river thing is really fine. But once it gets down, they actually just take a channel up there. You'll see a lot of private boats down that way. I don't know why, but there's so many hazards. When the river gets real low, it does get quite shallow through here.
Yep.
There's quite a lot of descent. You can kind of see it starting to punch up.
Yeah.
So the divers have put out 75,000 square metres of the Hessian mapping from this point down to where our helipad area is trying to resolve the labour recycling that goes on and stuff like that. So it's sort of way of trying to eradicate it.
So what was the shallowest you reckon we get to here?
This will get down to maybe like half a metre, especially over in this area here. So they had buoys stay at this, so we actually stay quite centre.
Yeah.
So we don't even pass through here anymore because we don't want to suck up the matting. Because with obviously our big units, they'll drag it up pretty easy. So we just stay out of here now because it does get quite shallow. So
you'll stay more centre of the line?
Yeah, more centre. Even with the buoys gone, it's so funny how my muscle memory will just do it.
Yeah.
Like the buoys are always like they're currently in my brain now, so yeah, it's quite funny. So otherwise, yeah, it does come to stop off quite perfect again. Up to the young boys. So northern side 5 knots, southern side is unlimited. So that's just sort of a bit of respect for them. Fun people to deal with. I think they hate anything with an engine. So
I know. Yeah.
Marina.
as well, and then a lot of swimmers with the wellness camp situation that goes on here as well. So around those back trees over here, you'll like stumps and sticks will start coming out of the water, so the bottom of the Hessian down, and then just rope it off as well. So it's part of the control. And then they've added these 4 buoys, white buoys here. So inside these buoys is our shut-off zone. So if we're coming back upstream, we stop off inside this area, switch off, and that will hopefully drop any macro siphon as part of their controlling. They just don't want anything pulled back up.
Pulled back up
essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, we every trip will shut off it.
Right.
Yeah. It's just part of the management. It does get quite shallow over towards the Mai area. So essentially where they've put the buoys is sort of where the shallow edging is.
Yep. radioing that you're coming downstream to the confluence?
Yep. And then our base will pop in. sometimes it gets a little bit more narrow further down by this tree, just depending on what the river's really doing and pushing out. So, and then a few more rocky outcrops from this kind of covey here.
So is this where you'll come out of?
Yeah, that's where we're coming out at the moment. Yeah, obviously depending on what the river's doing, we may be coming out low, we might be coming out higher. It's just obviously forever changing for us. So,
KJet, left 1 foot downstream.
yeah, we're through it. Sometimes it's deep, sometimes it's shallow. Yeah. It's forever changing. Once again, depends how much gravel's coming out of the shot over at the time.
But if you stick to the main channel here, the channel runs all the way down.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
river,
Essentially, if you follow the bubbles, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Follow the bubbles. Yeah. There we go. Right. That's what our riff was. I'm a rough from Dunedin originally, so that's how I trained on the staff. It's like, follow the bubbles, you'll be slick.
Quite a few women doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously there's a few high between hanging trees and pieces of the trainers.
Down the K, number 2.
And then it does get shallow down here.